Hey guys, Such Sports here back with another video, and this time we're doing a real fantasy football draft. This time a 10-team PPR. We're gonna be selecting from pick six. So this is gonna be a real league that I'm gonna be controlling for the whole season. Lots of NFL news to catch up on from this past weeks of preseason games as well. But we'll get into that. We're gonna be taking from pick six. Hopefully, gonna get CeeDee Lamb or Jahmyr Gibbs at six, and then we'll construct our team around one of those two players. Obviously, if Chase or Bijan somehow fall to six, I'll take them, but that's very unlikely to happen. So I'm not gonna bank on that route. Jefferson and Saquon also very viable options depending on who's available at six. But we shall see how this draft goes since it's a real draft. And I'm gonna be controlling the team. I'm really gonna be focusing on maybe a running back receiver heavy strategy where I go QB later just because the 4 point touchdown pass league. So those quarterback options are very appealing, but we're gonna see how they when they fall and base our decisions off that. But in terms of NFL news, Matthew Stafford's back practicing for the Rams, so big news there. It has been a while since there's been a draft. So there's been lots of ADP movement. So it's gonna be interesting to see how this draft changes from previous drafts in the past few weeks. Um, Obviously JCM for the Commanders scored a touchdown last night, and Brian Robinson is on the trade block. So we're gonna see where B Rob probably gets moved, and if JCM can take over that backfield. I know JCM's ADP is quite low for running backs. It's probably all the way down. Yeah, it's at 223 for all players. So that will definitely spike up past a bunch of these guys here if B Rob is moved. But yeah, with this real draft, I'm gonna either take Gibbs or CD here and then build the team around that. Um, I do get more than 30 seconds, I believe, for each of these picks, so I can probably discuss my thought process around each pick, which would be really helpful for the sake of the video. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting one going with a real draft this time around. So I do like Gibbs and CD quite a bit. CD because of the amount of volume the Cowboys are going to be throwing in that offense, and as long as Dak is healthy, CD will produce. Obviously, if Dak goes down with injury, then CD's value significantly drops. Um, but kind of banging on Dak's health there. But I think CD will have a big season this year, and I think getting him at six is pretty good value. Um, we shall see though how this real draft plays out. This will be a lot different from the mocks because we won't see as many like Bowers in the early second, like round two, pick one. I don't think that'll happen. I don't think we'll see a QB go in round two either. It's very possible, but I don't think it does. And I'll show the draft board later. But Bijan Jefferson Chase falls to three. Interesting. Okay. So Saquon Gibbs CD. Ashton Genty goes four. Okay. Interesting. That's not what I expected in this actual draft. So Genty goes four. Definitely quite a bit of a reach over Gibbs or Saquon according to ADP, and I think according to my rankings as well. Like just general rankings. I think most rankings have Genty at between probably 8 to 12 in that range. So CD and Saquon both fall to six. It's interesting because I like both of them quite a bit. It's tough to pass on Saquon. It's really tough to do that. I'm gonna pick CD for the sake of PPR. As Saquon falls all the way to seven, which is pretty crazy. But I do like CD quite a bit. And I think in PPR this year I'm projecting him to do a lot better than last year, given that Dak is now back and healthy. So Saquon falling to seven is pretty ridiculous, but that's mainly because Genty went four. Um, but yeah, went CD there. Like him a lot. Um, but yeah, I could have gone either way there with my pick. So I'm gonna either take another receiver here between Nico, London, AJ Brown, or I'm gonna go with my running back one between Henry or JT. So we're gonna see how this draft board falls. I should be able to get one of those players that I highlighted for sure. Um, but yeah, the logic behind CD going being six is just because I like his PPR upside. With Pickens being added to that picture, I think CD will get just fed the ball. As Henry goes 10, um, I would have gone with him at 15, but um, obviously not there anymore. I like Jonathan Taylor a lot more now that Anthony Richardson is on the bench, so Daniel Jones is starting. Malik Neighbors goes 11, so it looks like Amon-Ra could be there as he's not there. But the top receivers are there, and JT is there as well. Um, I don't want to bank that Chase Brown is there in round three, so I'm going to take either London or JT here. We shall see who is available at 15, though. This is gonna be an interesting pick for this guy to make. If JT goes here, then I'm gonna take London and get my running backs later. Then I think that makes the most sense to do. I do like HM, but not enough to take him here. Jacobs goes. Okay, so I have that option of getting my running back one now, and then I do like London quite a bit though. Mm, it's tough to say who's better. I like London more than JT, but I need that running back now. It's very tough to choose one. Um, and this is tough between obviously Puka, AJ Brown, HN obviously there too. Um, I think I'm gonna go Jonathan Taylor here, just because there's more receivers available down the board that I like. So getting one of the top running backs is definitely um a priority. So getting JT there, pretty happy with that pick. So CD JT start. Can't complain too much about that. We're gonna see though. If I can get Chase Brown in round 3 somehow, I'll obviously take him. Hampton is obviously a good pick in round 4-ish. So we're gonna see who falls. A chain is falling quite a bit, but mainly because of the injury concern. He will be back for week 1, but I don't know. I don't really trust the Dolphins offense too much this year, so I'm gonna pass on HN. I do like Drake London a lot. So whoever gets him at this point is getting great value. Um, so if I had gotten Jahmyr Gibbs in round 1, I would have taken London here, and I think I would have liked that as well. But can't complain about CD and JT to start. Um, shall see though who ends up um falling here in round 3. Um, it's looking like London and AJ Brown will be gone. McBride is probably gone at this point as well. I do like McConkey to be my receiver too. I like Chase Brown quite a bit. Banking that one of these 4 players will be available. It's possible that McConkey is there. Anyone down the board? Like Chase Brown does go end of round 2. Hawkinson goes start of round 2. Okay, or end of round 2. Big reach there. I guess I underestimated some of the users here. McBride goes. A lot of tight ends going. Um, yeah, it looks like one of these guys is gonna steal London or AJ Brown. As Aaron Jones goes, this guy's just taking Vikings players. AJ Brown goes. So if Drake London is there somehow at pick, there's no way he's there in round 3. Um, I also like T Higgins too quite a bit. So I don't mind T at this point. I do need a second running back to consider that as well. I don't mind going Amarian or Henderson as my RB2. Um, man, if Drake London can somehow fall to 26, I would absolutely take that. But the fact that I mean the guy went 2 Vikings, I believe, with yeah, closely with Hawkinson, Aaron Jones. Did he go? Yeah, he went Jefferson. He's going all Vikings team, so there's gonna be one team that does that. So that opens the value as Drake London is available in round 3. That is crazy to me. I'm gonna take him immediately. So great start with JT, CD, Drake London. Getting that receiver one that Penix trusts and seeing how they built that connection last season. That's big to get him as receiver 2, especially in a 10-team league. I can't believe I got that value in round 3, pick 6. Very shocking that he fell that far. I mean, obviously the Vikings guy had 2 weird picks, so that kind of explains it. But I would have taken Lennon over Bucky, over Kyron, over McBride for sure, over Hawkins, obviously. I liked him over A Chain as well, and same with Puka. So I'm pretty high on Drake London. I'm glad I got CD in London to start. But at this point, going best available flex, QB obviously is a great option. T. Higgins would be great, but I'm not going to get him because of the auto picks, and I'm sure some team will snipe him up as Amari and Hampton goes. And I'll show you guys the draft board in the next few rounds or so. But getting the start to control for the whole season is great for me. I like all 3 of these picks so far. I know JT might have been a tad early. I would have liked Henry instead of JT, but since it is full PPR, I think JT gets a little more receptions than Henry. But nonetheless, it's pretty close in terms of receptions there because they both aren't big receiving threats. Um, I just like Henry for the touchdowns, but I think JT will be fine here as Josh Allen goes start around 4. So I could go Lamar because I do like a lot of receivers. So getting the top QB would be pretty solid as Travion goes. So if Lamar is available at round 4, I'd be pretty happy with that. I'm gonna assume he's gone with this next pick, but I'm gonna take Lamar if he's available. Because I do like the running backs as just to mention Henderson started round 4. I think that's a tad early as a big Patriots fan. I think middle to end of round 4 is fine, but I think that going him over Josh Allen or sorry, over Hurts or Lamar. I think it's a little early for Henderson. I think his ceiling this year, while it's hard to define, I think it's in that RB10 range. Just where the Patriots are at in terms of offensive line, the Ramondre Stevenson situation. I think he can absolutely explode in fantasy for sure. Given the PPR upside. But I think his ceiling is probably absolute ceiling is probably RB10, RB8. I don't want to put a ceiling on that because I think he could be great. And he looked great in preseason. Obviously one of the biggest storylines in preseason, him and Afton Chisholm for the Patriots. But yeah, I think that so Devontae goes. I'm left with McConkey or Lamar. And honestly, with the amount of QBs, McConkey's still there. I have to take Lamar here, right? I mean, the second running back spot, this is tough, man. I think I get a good receiver later, like Sutton. So I think I'm gonna take Lamar here. I have to go Lamar here. I'm gonna go Lamar round four. So I got my rushing quarterback. Lots of upside there with Lamar. Could be QB1 or QB2. Lamar, JT, CD, London. Can't complain about that start. I don't really go quarterback early, but at that point, I felt good about it going with him over Hurts and Josh Allen. I think that made sense as McConkey goes late round four. I think that made a lot of sense to go there. So at this point, I'm eyeing the best available flex. Obviously, Kittle is great, but I don't want to double down on QB and tight end because I do like having that positional advantage, but um, I do want to find the other value as well with Mike Evans still there. A second running back is definitely still a need. So obviously Kenneth Walker would be solid in round. I'm not gonna take him in round five, but I'd consider him. I don't mind punting a little bit on RB2. I could get Pollard later. Could go Chuba. Don't want to force the running back pick, even though I might have to. Um this strategy, so he's gonna go all Vikings, obviously, but as Jaden goes into round four. So this guy doesn't paint the perfect picture for how draft will look, but because the Vikings going so early. But outside of that, you can kind of see how the picks are flowing. Um, could punt a little bit on second running back. I don't love Kenneth Walker. I like Kittle a lot this year, so I could do that. I could go for another receiver like Garrett Wilson. I do like Sutton later, so if I can get Sutton in round six, that would be ideal. Um, but I gotta make a decision. So McCarthy goes whatever. That guy's gonna take his Vikings. So Kittle is not available, but I don't love the running backs between Kamara and Walker. So I'm not gonna force the RB pick. I'm probably gonna take another flex. I do like Connor and Hubbard a decent amount, but I don't want to force the pick if I don't love it. So that's one round five. I can't complain about Chuba as an RB2, but I like Garrett Wilson more. I like Mike Evans more as well. Sutton obviously I like quite a bit. I could go Chuba and then Sutton. That could work out. Kittle not being available kind of screws up my plan as Mahomes goes really early. McLaurin too. I like Garrett Wilson as receiver three, given that he'll get a ton of targets from Fields. Let's see. Kamara and PPR at this point, it's good value, I think, in round five. I wouldn't mind it. I mean, it's just the Saints offense is gonna be so bad. I don't know if I want to take that risk of also of his age too. I like Garrett Wilson. I could go Kamara and then probably just go with another running back later. I think that could make sense. At this point in round five. Because I like the receivers available a lot. So solidifying my running back room would be pretty important here. Um, it's tough, man. I think it's tough to pass on Kamara at this point. I'm gonna take Kamara to be RB2. I don't usually do this because I'm not high on Kamara this year. But at this point in the draft, I think it's fine to take him. So I'm gonna get Kamara here. If he does get injured, or I mean, if the Saints are just too bad to start him, I'm just gonna just draft a second running back later, or like a third running back later. Like Pollard is fine. So the RB room is a little weak, but I don't mind it considering I have Lamar, CD, Drake London. I don't mind having a little weaker RB room, even though JT and Kamara are still a solid start. Can't complain about that, especially in PPR. Kamara's gonna get fed a lot of targets. It's just the Saints offense. They're gonna be playing from behind a lot, so Kamara's carries will go down. It's gonna be banking on his receptions a lot, which I think he will get. So if I can get Kamara RB2 in round five, I'm okay with it. At this point, though, in round six, I like Garrett Wilson, MHJ, Sutton. I like McMillan a lot in round six. So if I can get one of those four receivers, I'd be happy with that. And Chuba goes with Rico Dowdle, though, also Chuba's value goes slightly down just because Rico's gonna get more work in the passing game. Yeah, I do like Sutton a lot here. I would be very happy with that. Tight end I can probably worry about later. I do like Tyler Warren quite a bit. Um, as MHJ goes. So I'll be left with one of McMillan or Sutton, which I'm very happy with in round six. And I don't mind starting McMillan right away as a flex at all. So, ooh, Rushy Rice is also available too. I could go Rushy. I have to take Rushy. I don't know. It's tough between Rushy and Sutton. I'm gonna go Sutton just because Rushy suspension. I'm not too sure what's gonna happen there. But I do like Rushy Rice quite a bit. So if he's available in round seven, I'll still take him. I like McMillan a lot as well. But went Sutton there. A lot of veterans in this team, but I don't really mind. I mean, it's not dynasty, so it's fine. Um, but with this next pick, if I can somehow land Rushy Rice or McMillan, even Ridley would be pretty solid. I would not mind that at all. Montgomery goes. Any reaches outside the Vikings guy? I know MHJ falling around six is pretty crazy. Same with Garrett Wilson. I feel like they would mainly be going around four on five in a lot of mock drafts I've seen. So there's that. Running back room is definitely a little weak, but I like Pollard is probably gonna be gone by the next pick. So I can wait a little bit there. Stephon Diggs goes over Rushy, over Tet. Okay, I like Diggs quite a bit this year, but I wouldn't take him there. So it looks like one of these receivers between Pickens, JMO's gone. Ridley, as JMO goes round starts round seven. So Rushy would be the best pick here, despite the suspension concern. Um, but I do like McMillan a lot at this point. So I would take Tet here. I can wait on tight end quite a little bit. I know like Laporta is still there, which wouldn't be a bad. I like going Warren and a veteran like Njoku or Kraft. That would be a good option. So I could do that later in the draft. QB not a concern. Same with the receivers at this point. I could just stack receivers at this point, but yeah, I think Tet and Rushy would be the picks here. So any of the queued players I like a lot. Laporta, I'm probably gonna pass on. I do like Laporta a lot this year with the new OC, but I think he'd be the one option where I would be like, okay, I don't need him as much as I like McMillan or Rushy or Ridley more. Um, so Jordan Mason goes as he takes the Vikings. Rushy goes. It looks like Tet could be available. I don't want to bank on it in two picks, but as George Pickens goes, so a little scared that Ted's not there in round seven. But at this point, it's great value to smash him at round seven, or smash the pick at round seven. I do like his situation, given that I think he's in a similar situation as like Malik Neighbors was um last year, where he's the clear number one option as at receiver, and I think McMillan will immediately make an impact. So I don't mind him at round seven at all. He has the most upside of the receivers I queued, by the way. I think of Ridley. I guess Laporta goes. So I'm taking McMillan here easily. I'm immediately going to take that pick. Laporta goes, so that's fine. Pollard won't be there. Kelsey goes. I can't believe McMillan fell at around. The receivers I have are insane. I mean, Lamb, London, I can only start three. So can package someone in a trade for another better running back. That's also possible, but we'll think about that later. I do like Myers. I do need a second running back or third running back. So I'm gonna consider Pollard for sure if he's somehow available, but I don't expect him to be available. Backup QB don't need. There's a lot of QBs available. And Njoku I like a lot because it's not Flacco starting. So Njoku could put up solid numbers. I like Kraft. But tight ends can be very volatile. I like Warren. I'm hopeful to snag him. Don't want to bank on too many rookies, but I hope to snag him as Pollard goes. Okay. Running backs are pretty thin here. RJ Harvey's fine, but I don't really want to force the RB pick. There's not that many left, by the way. Um, Judkins is okay. Oh man, Loveland. I mean, Njoku went. I could go Warren, but it'd be banking too many rookies. Waddle's okay. Travis Hunter is pretty good value at this point. In round eight. What is it? Yeah, round eight. So I wouldn't mind him. Um, I'm looking at running back because it's very thin. Nick Chubb, it looks like he's gonna start given the Mixon injury, but he's way down the board, so I don't mind waiting for that. Judkins, I don't really trust the Browns back. Judkins I like, but he hasn't really ramped up at all for the Browns, so I'm not gonna take him now. There's not that many running backs I like at this spot. RJ Harvey might be the best one available, as ADP says. As Warren is the best pick here, according to my, I mean, I'm not gonna move around, but um, I like Hunter. I like Myers as well. I think I'm gonna take Myers for the PPR point of view. I mean, the PPR point aside, like just getting him for that PPR is gonna be fine in terms of like how many targets he'll get. I like RJ Harvey enough. I don't want to force the RB pick. I do have four receivers and only two running backs. Also something to keep in mind. I'll take RJ Harvey here. Gonna need a running back at some point. Harvey, I don't love, but around eight, it's fine if I take a swing on him. But yeah, I don't love him. Taking him around eight is fine, I think. Um, so I'll take Harvey. Hope he pans out. If not, it's fine. I have Kamara and JT, and I'll find a running back elsewhere. I trust the rest of my team. But I think taking a swing on him is fine around eight. Given how many receivers are available, like I can get a receiver there like in round nine. Like I like Myers, I like Debo a lot. Um, I like Mooney. I'm not gonna end up starting most of them anyway, so it doesn't really make sense to force the pick or just go with that. So I like Matthew Golden too. Um, lots of two rookies now on my bench, but can hopefully get Myers and hopefully target Kraft and Warren or Andrews and Warren. Andrews is fine value at this point. Stacking with Lamar wouldn't be too bad. Um, we shall see. Bo Nix goes around eight, really good value there. Thielen goes okay. I think he's going former Vikings too. I'm going to show the draft board soon, but Rashee Rice round seven is a great value for that guy. He has a really solid team there. Um, yeah, so I'm gonna look at his team soon. But getting Rushy, wish I would able to get him, but that's fine. I got Tet. And I'm really happy with my four receivers. Running back is slightly weak, but I like JT and Kamara enough. And QB is obviously a strength. Tight end I don't have yet, but that's fine. Um, yeah, Jacoby could fall, so I think I ended up making the right decision with my pick, as tight ends are falling quite a bit. If I can get Myers, Rome, or Travis Hunter, any of these receivers would be pretty good at this point. I'm not gonna go Olave because I already have a Saint. I don't want to invest too much in the Saints offense. Um, Given that I don't like their offense too much. Let's see. Tight end is still a need, obviously. And at this point, I definitely need to take a tight end. I like Warren a lot, so I'm gonna try to snag Warren. I'm trying to snag Kraft or Andrews, one of those two. Even Ferguson is fine. Um, so we'll see. I don't mind stacking JT and Warren. Like it's fine. I like Warren enough to take him around 10 or 11. So um, let's see, man. A lot of receivers available. So I'm kind of glad I went with that. I don't know. Andrews in round 10 is fine value, I think. So Tracy goes. I still like the receivers available. I'm gonna take Andrews. I think round 10 is fine for him. Around nine, excuse me. But I'm gonna take him second with Lamar. Um, I think he will regress slightly a bit, but I don't mind taking him in round nine. And given how many receivers are available, I can wait for Myers or even Matthew Golden, something like that. So I want to take Warren as well. So if I can snag Warren in round 10 or 11 as he's creeping up the board. So I want to definitely get him. And I like Debo a lot. So we shall see. I want to make sure this depth is pretty good. Running backs, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. I'm fine with investing in the Commanders' backfield in Eckler or JCM. So I'm just gonna queue a bunch of guys actually. Caleb Johnson will be fine value. I don't love Caleb, but Hunter and Odunze go. Same with Godwin. So the running receivers do go, but I'm fine with Andrews there, sacking him on Lamar. Backup QB, I'm gonna take May probably for the upside. Warren goes right before I should have taken him. That's annoying. Okay, I should have taken him over Andrews. That's fine. I'm gonna go Jacoby or Debo here, depending on who's available. Obviously, one of them will be there, but we'll see what this guy does here. Um, yeah, I would have loved Warren there, especially in round 10. But that's fine. I can make a mistake here and there. That happens every draft. Um, yeah, I would have liked Warren a lot, but just because I think he could have that like Bowers type season where he's one of the top tight ends in fantasy. Maybe not to the extent of how good Brock Bowers is, but I think he could easily a breakout candidate. But I don't mind getting Myers here if I can, as Matthew Golden goes. My backup option is probably Debo because I think Debo will have a bounce back year, despite what some people say. Um, so we shall see. But Yeah, so Myers does go. Debo does go. But I'll take Myers happily in round 10. Great bench option. And now I feel like I have enough receivers. So I'm really gonna stack out the bench with some picks that I want. So I'm gonna queue JCM. Um, I could buy into the whole Broncos backfield. I'm not gonna do that probably, but I do like Tootin quite a bit. As an RB. I can't believe Caleb Johnson has not gone yet. I think he's gonna go in the next 2 or 3 picks, but yeah, these guys are on autos, so I can get some value here. I'm gonna go Dak or May for my back QB, even though I don't need one. Really honest with the bye week, but I like Chubb late, like as the last pick or something. Man, I really wanted Warren there, but that's fine. Um, yeah, let's look at the draft board. We have some time. So pick one team, going Bijan, Chase Brown, McBride, Jaden Daniels. I like this team quite a bit. He also got JMO and Worthy. Pick two team, obviously just like a joke team. Pick three, went Chase, Achane, AJ Brown, McConkey, Kittle, Montgomery. Really solid. Got Bo Nix and Rashee Rice too. That's a really good team. That's probably stronger than the first team, if anything. My pick is coming up, but Genty, Bowers, Bucky, Brees. It's an okay team. He went Caleb a little early. He went Puka, Kyron Stack. I don't love this team. I like my team quite a bit. Obviously Kamara is a controversial pick, but I like the rest of the team. Saquon, Jacobs, Cook, Adams. I'm gonna actually just take my pick here. As Purdy, Rondell Moore goes. Okay, he went Vikings again. Ty Felton. Okay. Pretty good preseason looks for him. Like Buka goes round 11. That would have been a nice pick. Yeah, I should start eyeing those rookies. Pop Douglas wouldn't be a bad option here at this point. I'll cue him. Mooney is not bad either. I don't need receivers though, because I have so many. I'm not gonna take B Rob. Ramondre in round 11 is fine value, I think, but I'm not gonna ever start him. I don't think so. Mixon is okay in round 12. We can look at the other teams. Actually, we can't anymore. But Mixon goes right after that. So okay, so Keon is there. Javante, don't love the running backs. I'm just gonna take JCM now. Is that crazy to take JCM now? I feel like it's not. I could wait. Could go Mooney. Could go Higgins. Jaden Higgins gonna be too bad here. Could go Tucker Craft. Could go May. It's really tough. I feel like at this point you can just take whoever you like. Is JCM a reach? I feel like he's not in round 11, but I'm not gonna take him now. I'll wait till round 12, I guess. But Keon Coleman is there. I'll take Mooney. He's always a consistent option. I have so many receivers now. I don't need any more. Um, so I'll go JC on my next pick. Kraft I like quite a bit. So getting Kraft a good value there. I like getting May as well. So I can hopefully build out the team. I like Denver defense. Oh, I should get defense too with Denver and Pittsburgh. So I'm gonna eye that as well in round 12 or 13. We'll see who is available. But I like Mooney enough. So kicker goes, Kraft goes. Okay, so my picks are the picks I wanted are going. So I should probably just get who I like at this point at this stage of the draft. Denver defense does go. I think I can win on defense. I might just take JCM now. I know it's a crazy reach for him, but it's around 12. I think it's fine to reach for upside at this point. Um, we'll see though. Especially if B-Rob gets traded, like it's fine to take him at this point. At this point, Kraft goes. Like I like Eckler too, but I'm going for upside man at this point. I'll go JCM. It's a really interesting bench, honestly, with a lot of rookies. Since I have 3 rookies there with JCM, Tet, and RG Harvey, but I don't mind it. This will also be a long video considering it's a full draft, but we'll try to speed things up. Hopefully, some guys going auto. Tight ends, man. I mean, I like Janu at this point. I'll take him as a backup. Um, let's see, May is available. I'm gonna go the way it's moving. I'm gonna go JCM now. I'm gonna just take him. Make sure I secure him. In round 12, I think it's fine to get him. But I like May, my next pick, or Dak, and then I'm gonna probably go with a defense with 2 bench spots left. I think I gotta go QB with one of them, just in case, and then have enough receivers. I like Myers. I like Ted. I already have 3 other ones. I think I got a good mix of upside and consistency on my bench with Myers and Mooney, the consistent receivers, and my upside picks with RJ Harvey, Krosky Merritt, and Tet. So I like that. The only pick I'm questioning is Kamara because of the upside of the Saints offense, but I like the rest of the team quite a bit. Tight end could use some work, but I could also make a trade at some point. Um, but yeah, we're looking at other teams. I like my team quite a bit. I'll give like an 8 out of 10 draft, considering I got CD and I got Drake London round 3, got Sutton round 6. So pick 7 team, Vikings defense, let's go. Okay. Pick 7 team. I don't love their receivers with Kupp, Evans, Devontae. It's a very old team. Pick at 8. None of that matters, but I don't like that team too much. Round 8, when McCaffrey, Nico, Tyreek, Hurts, Kenneth Walker. I don't love that team either. Pick 9 team, I do like. Went very running back, rookie running back heavy. Pick 10, I do like a lot also. So I think I did a good job. I think I had a top 4, top 3 team, which is what I was aiming for as Myers. Oh, sorry, Drake May goes, which I wanted at that point, but that's fine. I can go Dak as my backup QB. So I'll probably end up doing that with my next pick. Um, just secure him. Luther Burden goes. I like Pop Douglas quite a bit because he's been staying out in training camp. I feel like he's not talked about much, so I could go with that. I do like to take a defense soon, so Pittsburgh defense could be pretty good, considering they're facing the Jets week 1. Um, so let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna take Dak with this next pick, assuming he's available. Considering the amount of volume he's gonna throw, or how many passes he's gonna throw this year. So uh, we shall see if he's available. This guy taking a while. I know it's the end of the draft, so at this point, understand if you're still watching, it's great. Jane Reed goes. I'm gonna take Dak. Yeah, thank you guys for watching this all the way through. But Dak goes. I like that option in round 13. So I can go defense or Janu. I think Janu can fall to me, so I'm just gonna go defense. Um, tight ends, yeah, it's tight ends weak on my team, I think, and RB2, but I don't mind. I have a lot of upside on my bench. I know JCM might have been a reach at round 11, but I don't mind shooting for upside at this point in the draft. And I can always get someone on the waivers, like Eckler if he's available. I can go Eckler now, and I'll just own the Commander's backfield then at that point. Yeah, I can also just do that. I'll take Eckler now if he's available. I like Trey Benson. Tootin, obviously, Chubb is there. There's a lot of good options at this point in the draft. Eckler's a consistent option that's there. Benson is for upside if in case he takes over Connor. Tootin is also for upside in case he takes over the backfield. I think the Jags backfield is gonna be split up though, as Eckler does go. Okay, I'll just take my defense then now. Go Steelers defense, and then we'll take my choice of flex and kicker last probably. Considering Aubrey is still there, but I don't expect him to be there in round 15 when I take him. But yeah, with this last bench, I'm just gonna go best available. Flex. But I can end this video off early, honestly. Like, I'll just go best available. I'm gonna just tell you now. I'm gonna go either Trey Benson. I'm gonna go either, um, let's see, either Trey Benson, Tootin, or Mario Douglas or Nick Chubb. One of those, or John Smith. One of those 5 picks. So yeah, I'll end this video off. I'll show the draft board again. But I like my team so far. I think they did a good job. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you guys in the next draft. Peace.